Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and it's Sunday, so I am here with a Scraplift Crafternoon. And that is a group of ladies that we find some inspiration and then we scraplift it. And so this week we are scraplifting Jessica Scraps and a design team layout she did for my little scrapbook store. And I'm going to use, I believe, the same collection that she did, and it's Vicky Bouton's Where to Next. I have the project pad, the paper pad. I've got loose papers, but I'm not even pulled those out yet. I've got some scraps I really want to use it up. The 6x8 paper pad, as well as lots of embellishments and goodies and stickers and all the things. So I have my papers, I have my embellishments, I have my pictures, and I have this beautiful layout that we're going to lift. So let's see how this goes. So first things first, I pulled out my paper pad because I have the exact same paper that she used on her layout. I love a grid paper or a lined paper, especially when I know I'm going to be doing some journaling, and this fits perfectly for the pictures that I decided to use because she used like a travel collection. I decided I'd do some travel-ish pictures. So I pull out these scraps that I had, orange and green, worked perfectly for what I'm doing. That orange actually almost exactly matches the sweater that my friend is wearing in the picture, so that worked out too. So I'm using up some scraps, which makes me happy. And then I used those 3 different banners that I fishtail, and then there were leftovers of that green and that solid orange, so I just used those to mat my pictures. And then I'm going to put them down on this black background. I'm going to trim it up a little so it's more of a tight fit, but it's just laying there now while I fussy cut out these tickets. So in the original, you can see up in the top left corner, she's got little tags, and it has her title on there. And I didn't want to do tags, so I was trying to figure out how I was going to kind of lean towards that same concept. And I was going through my scraps, and I had a scrap of a bunch of tickets, and I thought, let me see if these alphas will stand out enough on the tickets. And they do. Now, some of them they kind of blend in a little when you're looking at it here on camera, but in person, like that light green, it still stands out well enough. Like you can see it, nothing's disappearing into the page. So I have set those aside. I have gone through and picked all of my embellishments. I am now getting everything on the layout. I'm, like I said, matted my pictures in the same pattern paper that I use for my banners, but then put them on that black, so there's a break there. You're not having that orange on top of orange. And my tickets, because I wanted to stick with the orange and green colors, a lot of that would disappear straight into the banners at the bottom, and so I back them in black. Now, I don't fussy cut all the way around all the little grooves in the tickets. I do when I cut the tickets out, but I don't around the black. I do cut like the little diagonals and like the little swoops in the corner, but I don't cut out everything. I'm just not going to do that. I decided that having that little extra black there is perfectly fine. It helps those tickets stand out really well and saves me from trying to fussy cut all those little dips and stuff, which are already hard enough to cut out. So I get all of that on here, and I've decided, like, she's got 2 rows for her title, but I just feel like the way that mine are, it's not going to look right that way, so I'm going to fix it to where it's going to go straight across, and there's a gap between the word get and the word ready. So these pictures are of me and my bestie Ashley, and we were going on a trip to New York with our friend Courtney. And so when before we went, we decided we wanted to make shirts for our trip. And so me and Ashley went to Michael's to pick the shirts out and get the vinyl and everything and get prepared. And then, of course, we went out to dinner afterwards. So that's what these pictures are. So it is a travel-ish layout because we are out and about. Plus, we are getting prepared for our adventure to New York City. So this was back in September. So I'm using some of the same papers as well as some of the same concepts that she's got here on her layout. And instead of this like city tour embellishment she's got in the bottom right corner, I use the luggage. And so I put this little vacation mode on there because we'd finally, like, we'd been putting it off. We knew we were going, but we had like put off the planning because I think it's biggest part of that is we all work in the school system, and our trip was in the end of September, right before fall break started, and we were all super busy and trying to stay focused at work. And once my brain gets focused on things like going on a trip or a holiday or something like that, planning a party, whatever it is, I have a really hard time like pulling my focus from that. I'm sure part of that is my ADHD and part of that is my OCD. I don't know. It's a mixture of it all. So anyway, I try to put it off as long as I can. And so this picture is taken September the 13th, and we went on our trip on the 27th. So like we were really cutting it close. So anyway, I pretty much keep to the same concept of where all of Jessica's embellishments are, and but I'm going to add this journaling space over here on the side. So I add this little notebook paper sticker that says this is a story, and then I just wrote on here about how we decided we wanted to make shirts, and then Ashley and I went to Michael's, and then stopped at Culver's to have dinner, and how we were excited that this was the next step and something we could mark off our to-do list. And then she went home and made the shirts like within that next week. So that was super exciting. And then I added some embellishments on here like Jessica has as well, like the little hearts and things like that, and the butterfly, just maybe in some different places. But I love the way that it turned out. Here is the close-ups. I hope you'll go check out Jessica and all of her creations. Her information will be in the description box, any kind of social media information we have for her, as well as the lovely ladies that I scrap lift with. All of their videos are on the playlist, and their information is below as well in the description box. So I hope you will go check them out and see how they create from this layout. I love doing these because then we get to see all the different ways people create from the same thing. So I'd love it if you'd give me a thumbs up if you like this video and or my layout. I'd love it if you'd subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for sticking with me. Have a great day. Hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love, and happy scrapping.